Watch this video if you are planning to attend any of the Kubernetes exams in the near future. Because many shared in the forums or chat groups and saying that they missed to enable this, they missed to enable or do that, etc. Even after reading a lot of tips and tricks for the Kubernetes exam. So I decided to publish this video to share the most important things you need to take care during your Kubernetes exam, or the most important 5 mistakes you should avoid during your Kubernetes exam. If you are watching our videos for the first time, my name is Gineesh. If you think our videos are useful, please subscribe to this YouTube channel to get all the latest videos. Did you complete the CKAD exam, or did you complete CKAD exam or CKS exam? Then skip this video as you might already know this. If you are looking for Kubernetes exam tips or a learning path, we have a detailed video, and please find the video from the description. So let me go through the common mistakes you should avoid during your Kubernetes exam. The first and important one: do not forget to access the correct cluster for each question. As you might already know that there will be multiple clusters in the exam environment, and you need to access the correct cluster depending on the question. Refer your candidate handbook for the cluster details and understand it. You don't need to memorize about the clusters or the cluster names, by the way. So for each and every questions, read the question carefully, refer to the cluster details from the question, and switch to the correct context to access the correct cluster. Second mistake actually, do not forget to log into the correct cluster nodes and exit back to the workstation. As I mentioned previously, there will be multiple cluster and different cluster nodes. If there is a question for resolving some node issues like node is not ready or Kubernetes services are not working, etc., make sure you log into the correct node and do the troubleshooting part. One of my friends told me that he was not able to complete a question based on etcd snapshot, as he could not find the snapshot or directory mentioned in the question. Please note, you are running the kubectl commands from a workstation console and nothing to do with etcd or kubelet or kubeproxy services. So remember to log into the correct nodes and do the troubleshooting whenever needed. And the most important thing is, make sure you log out from that node and come back to the workstation console before proceeding to the next question. 3. It's very important one. Do not disconnect the power adapter or to your laptop or workstation. As we know, Kubernetes exam is an online proctored exam, and the proctor will ask you to show the entire room and desk via the web camera. As we all use laptops and the built-in webcam, you need to take your laptop and show around. So most of the time you will disconnect the power adapter from the laptop and show your room via the integrated camera. That's fine, but many people shared that once the room check is completed, they forget to connect back the power adapter. So make sure you connect back the power adapter to laptop before the exam. Before you start the exam, after the room check or the camera thing. If you are using a desktop computer, then make sure you have a power backup like UPS or something like that. Fourth one, do not plan your remote Kubernetes exam using a mobile hotspot or weak internet. I agree, maybe you do not have a good broadband internet connection at home for taking exams. But please avoid attending exams using a mobile data or mobile hotspot. You will have enough stress to complete the exam questions, and do not add extra stress by thinking about slow internet connection, console is not moving, disconnecting the console, etc. Don't do that. Try to attend the exam from a place where you have a good internet connection, as you need to share the entire screen and also the webcam all the time actually during the exam. If you are at home, make sure the connection is good and enough bandwidth as per exam requirement. If you do not have a good internet connection at home, try to arrange a place somewhere else. It can be your friend's home or maybe your office meeting room if you are still going to the office. The best way is to complete the Kubernetes exam compatibility test multiple times from your workstation and ensure that your workstation is ready for the exam, laptop or desktop. Someone asked me last time, what about the public Wi-Fi? Again, strictly not recommended, as you have no idea about its internet strength, the strength of the internet and the reliability. Also, it will be difficult to find a closed room with public Wi-Fi access, so plan it properly. And the last but not least, do not search for help in kubernetes.io all the time. Yes, we all know Kubernetes exams are open book exams, and you can access the original kubernetes.io documentation during the exam. But do you really think you can search for help in a documentation portal during the exam? You will search for a specific topic, then you need to open and see each link it is showing on the result window until you find the correct link. It's not a good idea, right? Okay, you will have enough pressure during exam, as I mentioned earlier. So make sure you bookmark the links. So if there is any clarification needed, you can refer to the documentation, but do not plan to search and find the reference from documentation portal during the exam. Instead, you bookmark each and every link from the kubernetes.io documentation and use it during the exam. Yes, it is allowed. So if any issue, you can check with the proctor and get permission for that. The Kubernetes exams are there to assess your knowledge and skill set in learning tracks like administrator, developer or security expert, and never expecting you to memorize each and every commands, arguments or Kubernetes definition YAMLs. Yes, it is good if you can memorize, but no need to push for that. So start creating your own bookmarks while learning, and add these bookmarks in the same web browser from where you are going to attend the exam, and simply refer to it during the exam. And that counted 5, and I hope you got some idea about the common mistakes you want to avoid during your Kubernetes exam. And that's all for this video. Please like the video and ask in the comment box if you have any questions, and dislike the video if you think the video is not good. Also consider subscribing to this YouTube channel for getting latest videos. See you next time with another video. Thank you.